everybody, welcome back to the All Things Good channel and to a new video. I hope you're all doing really well. This week I've had a really busy, very busy week actually, and I have had my kitchen done. So it is almost back to normal. I'm going to show you the process of how it's been done. I've actually had my kitchen cupboards and cabinets and drawers resprayed a new colour by a company called Sprayworks. They are a UK based company. I'm going to tell you all about them and how they've done it and how they've managed to do it in 2 days. Unbelievable process. I'm very, very pleased with it, but I'm still putting my kitchen back together. So I'm going to show you the process of what has happened there. The Invisible Chef is back this week with a very unusual take on an Eclair cake. Chocolate Eclair cake. It was delicious and it is no more, but I shall show you that as well. And just generally being really quite busy with the kitchen, to be honest, this week, but had a lovely Valentine's Day. I've got a few little bits to tell you about that. That was really, really lovely. Paul did a lovely Valentine's meal, a very, very special meal. And all in all, yes, it's been a little bit hectic. So I'm a little bit tired this morning, but hey ho, it is done. I'm very, very happy with my kitchen. So let's get into this week's video. I hope you enjoy it. So before the chaos of the kitchen transformation and before Valentine's Day, I hasten to add, the Invisible Chef was back making me an Eclair cake, but a classic twist on this French pastry. The result has all the deliciousness of an Eclair, but instead you bake it as one big square cake and fill it with pastry cream like a layer cake. He actually found this recipe on TikTok, and I will link the description and the recipe down below for you. But you will need granulated sugar, 4 large egg yolks, cornstarch, salt, whole milk, heavy cream, vanilla bean or extract, unsalted butter, some bread flour, a further 5 large eggs, and some chopped dark chocolate. And you basically do this in 4 sections. You make the pastry cream, you make the pastry and bake it, you then make the ganache, and you then assemble the cake. You can of course buy pre-made pastry, but no, the Invisible Chef was doing it all from scratch. And I must say, he's rather a dab hand at this. And of course I was on hand to assist. Well, clearly he couldn't do it all without me, could he? finished result, one big square Eclair cake, which of course you can then slice into the pieces that you want. And this actually lasted 3 or 4 days in the fridge, but we each had quite a large portion. It was absolutely delicious. So this is my original kitchen as it was about a week ago, and this kitchen is just over 20 years old. It's the original kitchen to the house, so it's not particularly old and it has worn quite well, but I did fancy a bit of a freshen up and a change. My budget wouldn't allow me to have a completely new kitchen renovation. So after a bit of research, I came across a company that would spray paint your original kitchen cupboards and drawers and casing a different colour. This company is called Sprayworks UK. Their website is listed down below in the description box for you. It's sprayworksuk.co.uk, and they have various places all over the country that do this. It's an amazing process, and it was done over 2 days. So to begin with, they came and removed all of my cupboard drawers, cupboard fronts, doors, handles, everything, and took those away with them to a factory where they would be resprayed to a colour of your choice. I went for a Farrow and Ball colour called Old Schoolhouse White. Once I had then emptied all my kitchen cupboards and drawers, a few of them still needed a really good deep clean that I hadn't got round to. In my January reset, I'd done some of them, but not all of them. These particular drawers were really rather grubby, so I got on to emptying each part of the kitchen and then cleaning that part of the kitchen before I got onto another section and did it all the way through until the kitchen was completely empty and completely clean. 3 days after my cupboards had been removed from the kitchen and everything was cleared away, the company then came back and completely covered up the rest of the kitchen that wouldn't be covered in paint. So all of my appliances, my cooker, my extractor, my blind, my lights, everything was masked up and protected so that no paint would get on those areas. In fact, the preparation for this took some hours, probably 4 or 5 hours. The actual spray painting of the units didn't take long at all. So once everything was protected, it was time for the first coat, which was a primer coat. And within a couple of hours after that, the rest of the kitchen was sprayed in my chosen colour. And my goodness, it ended up looking like a brand new kitchen, fresh, clean, exactly the colour I wanted. It's absolutely immaculate, perfectly done. There isn't a spot that hasn't been covered. It looks amazing. They cleared up so well after themselves, and all in all, I couldn't have asked for more for the budget that I was on. It's an absolute brilliant way to transform your kitchen on a budget and freshen it all up. I'm super pleased. So here we are having our moment on the bed, but it's not my bed. No, I'm at Paul's house, aka the Invisible Chef. I'm here for the second time this week for a lovely meal, and I've just decided to sit on Paul's bed to do a moment on the bed while he's downstairs cooking me another meal, which is really rather lovely. What a lucky girl I am. So I hope you've all had a really good week, and if you did do anything for Valentine's Day, that you had a lovely Valentine's Day. I hope you did. I did. It was really special, really lovely. And I think I might have mentioned to you a couple of 3 weeks ago that Paul had said to me, give me 10 of your favourite foods or ingredients and I will create a 3-course Michelin star style Valentine's meal for you. So I did. So I had no idea what we were going to have, but I did give him 10 of my favourite foods. And he did manage to incorporate them all, which was lovely. I went to work on Valentine's Day, and then after work, I drove straight here to Paul's house, and he had, well, I was treated like a princess, let's put it that way. I'll put a few little clips here for you so you can see how he'd made a beautiful table with lots of little heart lights and candles, and we had a bottle of Prosecco, and he'd actually spent 2 days preparing and cooking this Valentine's meal. It was absolutely gorgeous. And the other thing that he did that I had no idea he was going to do was he has filmed the entire 2-day cooking session, and he's going to send me all the videos so that hopefully I can put it together perhaps for next week and show you how he actually created the 3-course Valentine's Day menu and meal that we had. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I haven't bought the menu with me, but he did actually do a menu as well. And so when I arrived, I was able to see what we were having and all that. So anyway, I was treated like a queen, like a queen. What can I say? It was absolutely gorgeous. We had a lovely, lovely evening. And, you know, I've sort of talked to you before about, you know, you don't have to just tell someone on Valentine's Day you love them. And it doesn't have to be a partner or a spouse. It can be any member of your family or friend. It's just nice to be able to sort of say I love you, and I say every day as much as I can to the people I love. But it was lovely to have a lot of love on Valentine's Day. It was gorgeous. I was very, very blessed. And of course, it's been a very busy week in my house anyway, with the kitchen transformation. So it was nice to sort of come out of my house for a couple of days, couple of nights this week, and be somewhere different, have the different environment, and that's been nice. It's quite refreshing, like a little holiday. But I'm filming this Saturday evening, so you'll be watching this tomorrow morning, hopefully. And today, therefore, is the 17th of February, and it's exactly 11 years today, to the date, that I lost my sister Sarah to bowel cancer. So she has been gone 11 years today, of which I can't get my head around, because that just seems like a phenomenal length of time, and yet it doesn't seem like 2 minutes ago. It really doesn't. And I've seen Mom today. She's very well. I'm sorry she's not in this week's video again, but it's been a bit chaotic, a bit hectic, so hopefully get her in next week's video. She's okay. She didn't remember what today was, and I didn't remind her, but we did happen to talk about Sarah in conversation today, because we bought some sunflowers, some fake sunflowers, but they are in a little pot and you can actually put them outside. But my sister's favourite flower was sunflower, and anyway, she happened to mention when we went into the garden today, she said, "Oh, don't they look lovely? And they look so real, and it makes it feel like it's already spring." And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "And Sarah's favourite flower was sunflower." She went, "Oh, I know." So we did speak about her today, but I don't think Mom realised the date, and that's perhaps not a bad thing. But she thinks about Sarah every day. Like I was saying, you know, we think about our loved ones all the time, don't we? It's not just on anniversaries and birthdays and Christmas and Valentine's Day. Think about them all the time. So there was no need for me to bring it up any more than that. But yeah, I felt it quite strongly today. 11 years, it just feels, well, it is such a long time, isn't it? But it feels like it happened yesterday, and yeah, I can kind of sense it a little bit today. I don't know what it is. It's a bit of a funny feeling, I suppose. But anyway, so that's today. But I'm back here at Paul's, and he's making me a lovely Saturday evening dinner, and I'm looking forward to that immensely. So I've been really well looked after this week, well and truly looked after this week. There's not much more to report today, because, as I say, it's been a very hectic week, and I've just been dealing with the kitchen. But my goodness, I am super impressed with this company, and and what they were able to do. The only thing I would say, now that I've had 24 hours or so to look at the finished result, is it's a beautiful colour and I love it, and it looks clean and fresh, and they couldn't have done a better job. But I'm not sure now whether really I need to go for perhaps a new worktop. Now the worktop in my kitchen is a sort of speckled grey colour, but the ends of the worktop are the same colour that the kitchen was before it was painted. So it's almost a very light wood colour, and it blends, but when you look at it in certain lights, it's almost like you can only just tell the difference in colour from the old colour and the new colour. So that really doesn't make sense, does it? What I'm trying to say is it blends, but it doesn't match. Now the worktop itself, obviously it's the same age as the kitchen, it's over 20 years old, but it does have some wear and tear marks in it. And they were there when I moved into the house 4 years ago. So there's like some burn marks, only tiny, but noticeable. And now that I'm sort of standing back and looking at it, I don't know whether it could do with a new worktop and perhaps a different colour. I'm not sure. Grace, my daughter, looked at it and she went, I love it, Mum, but it's everything looks a bit too white. It's like there's something missing or something that needs adding. And then she said, I think you need like a white marble effect worktop. And then she said, oh, is it because you've got white appliances like your kettle and your toaster? Is it white? She said, maybe you need a black worktop to bring out the white colour and to have the white appliances. And I thought, I don't know, she might be onto something there. And then when I came to Paul's tonight, he said the same thing. I said, oh, Grace thinks I need a different colour worktop. He said, yeah, I do. I think you should have black. So that's going to be something to look into now, perhaps. And again, I've never done that before either. So I have to work out if it's worth the money doing it. But I'm very, very, very happy with not just the colour I've chosen, but the actual finish and what they've managed to do in, well, 2 days, but it was only 1 day actually being in my property, which is incredible. And it was done by 3 o'clock, and there was things going back in the cupboards by 3:30. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it if you're thinking of changing your kitchen, but not sure what to do, or don't have the budget to change doors and handles, or indeed completely change your kitchen, which would have cost me thousands and thousands of pounds. And this has been so reasonably priced. Really, really impressed. And it's not a small kitchen. There was about, I think there was 25 doors and drawers to do. And then of course it was spraying the rest of the skeleton, if you like, of the kitchen. So it's not a small kitchen to do. So if you've got a small kitchen, honestly, it would not cost that much at all. It'd be, as I say, more expensive than if you do it yourself, but there's no way I could get the finish by doing it myself like that. I'm super, super impressed, and as I say, highly, highly recommend it. So I'm going to go and enjoy my evening meal, and I look forward to seeing you very much next Sunday, where I'm going to put together the Valentine's Day videos that Paul has very kindly. See, I'm teaching him well. I'm even teaching him how to film now. I'll be out of a job soon. It'll be the Invisible Chef channel, not the All Things Good channel. I'll hopefully show you how he put together and what we had for Valentine's Day for next week, and get Nancy involved as well in next week's video. But yeah, I'm going to go and sit back, relax, enjoy my Saturday evening. When I get back home tomorrow, I'm going to give the kitchen not a big clean, it doesn't need it, but I've still got lots of things to sort out. I might move things around. So it's a work in progress, but I'm, yeah, super, super happy with it. But thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have had a lovely week, and I hope you've enjoyed this week's video. And until next week, stay safe, stay in the boat, keep doing all things good, and I'll see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye.